through the mineral kingdom, and that each chemical, each form is composed of dancing atoms. We acknowledge a vibratory field, some great cohesive factor that holds the dance of appearances together, continuously is revealed. All appearances arise from emptiness of space. Forms take shape according to basic geometric patterns, which are repeated throughout all dimensions, as formed through the pattern of octaves. These principles are repeated as atoms, galaxies within the human body throughout the mineral kingdom, in that each chemical, each form, is composed of dancing atoms, composed of even yet smaller particles and wavicles. We acknowledge a vibratory field of energy, some great cohesive factor that holds the dance of appearances together and acknowledges our place in the dance. You may test your relationship with the environment in one of the following ways. You may hold a piece of hollow copper tubing of 1/2 to 3/4 inch in diameter, and moving the fingertips over the top edges of the tube, one can sense something flowing through the tube, a breeze, a tingling, acknowledging the movement of an unseen energy that moves through the copper tube. Photochemical reactions are characterized by presence of intermediaries, which are electronically excited atoms or molecules excited by the light. Direct response to light, photochemical reactions taking place on the skin, giving rise to vitamin D3 and strong bones. An example for those who doubt of the dance of relationship and the fact that we are in a resonant field. We offer, we receive, our exhalation becomes the inhalation of the trees and the sweetness of the breeze that circles around. All appearances arising from light, our subtle energy bodies are an expression of this light. The physical form, like a robe woven of light and thought, responds to particular colors. Whole being, all dances, all appearances arise from light. The pituitary, the inner eye, the timer, the receptor, the recognition that tunes the entire endocrine system, supported by violet light. Short wave, fast is the song, the color of the peacemaker, by seeing all as relatives in the dance. Indigo, the pineal gland, quickens and reveals the power of sound, thought, the background chatter of the mind, contributing to the appearances as they arise. Blue, energizing the thyroid, enabling the body to dance. Blue, the energy that transmutes and transforms and reveals continuous arising of sound, of vibratory field. Through correcting our speech and our view, through apology, through acknowledgement, we may energize clear speech, clear mind, actualizing the wisdom potential in all. Green representing the thymus connecting us with the earth, a natural bridge between emptiness and form, often hardened and shrunk by concretized view in the deep aspect of meditation as the rainbow circles spiral around, the thymus is revived and it appears as a green gyroscope. This is a reminder how we move from one dimension to another, and that simultaneously within this time, the past, present, and future are coexistent in the now. Yellow, the adrenals, the fire to act, to move, to get things done, supported by the earth. How precious is the life force, that fire that moves us. May we understand that our thought, our speech, and the cycle of reciprocity support the adrenals. Body is active, body rest. Body is active, body rest. Rest in the state of natural equanimity. Orange, the gonads, the creative fire supporting our dance upon the earth through the birth of human body. The dynamic attractor, builder, breaking down, a reminder that all is a magnetic dance, and that mother and father dance within. Red, the energy of the rainbow, feeding the heart and the blood. Also a pathway to recollection of our heart as one with the boundless light, that even the appearance of anger, it dissolves into light of discriminating awareness, becoming energy of great compassion. Heart of equanimity is revealed through understanding the sacred dance of the heart. The sounds that move us, often hidden as background chatter, over the song of the earth and the sky. First sound, non-existence. Then a wind stirs the wave. Images of potential arise, and the fourth note of the tetrachord, embodiment of the vision's potential. Chariot of the gods, fashioned of energy potential arising from vortex, which then is guided by intention, mind to manifest as particular forms. Spiral, tetrahedron, cube, octahedron arise from the sphere of unity. 1 point rippling out, becoming many. How amazing this dance of life. And how are you on singing a cappella scales? All right, I'm going to ask you to move through the key of D. You don't? Okay. Where are you comfortable? All right, so we'll recognize the relative space of the intervals. So there we are. Okay, please. So first the key of D, ascending and descending, then the the tonic, the third, the fifth, and the seventh. Yep. Yes. Again. Monavi, have you studied and trained your voice with the scales and such? No. Okay. So. I just let it flow. Okay. So I will ask you again to do the scales so that people can understand the significance of the space between tones. Why? Because in those spaces and those moments of silence and transition, the wisdom potential is revealed, and also one may see clearly the patterns through which forms arise. Similar to the Fibonacci scale, the voice, it has overtones, and the thinking, how we think, it is also leaving overtones and ripples in the field. And these overtones and ripples in the field become the appearances that we consider our lives. And so the throat center, the thymus, and the observation of the heart and the clarification of the head centers. Why are the head centers clarified? Because in the well-seated person, the one who is fully present in the now, the sinus cavities, the whole body is vibrating with the pulse of the earth. Okay. Oh, we'll let her do it. To take it, can you take it through 3 octaves with also the example of the tetrachord after each ascending, tetrachord descending. The next octave, ascending, tetrachord descending, and so on. Okay. La 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 la. Well, I'm just giving you another pinch. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep. And also here, here, here. And supported by the belly. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh. Okay, now again. From high to low. Uh-huh. And again, and others can join. I invite others to join in now. Starting low, the tetrachord, descend, continue again. So when we think of vibration, don't you feel that, how can I say, what do you feel after just chanting scales? What do you notice?
I notice that it helps open all the crown, from the higher stars or whatever. For me, the high notes kind of open up here, and then I really like to be sure I ground to the lower vibration.
And there is a very deep lesson in the sounding. It actually sweeps away the illusion of separation because you recognize how you are connected to a vibratory field. And in terms of restoring well-being, chanting becomes a pathway of renewing and healing the body. And then what becomes more noticeable is that chanting is replicating from the one, the arising appearances, because you are resonating with the field of overtones, and you can see more clearly the natural luminous nature, and also retune the view. And in that way, mantra becomes a medicine. And many people, by replacing an idea or a thought form that is not supporting their wisdom with the ideal that they wish to accomplish, or even singing a song of forgiveness or a song of gratefulness, in this way the balance is restored, and the road to developing equanimity is cleared of the brambles of separation. So the power of the voice, even when you are silent, you are thinking. And sometimes the things that are thought are not supportive of our natural wisdom. And of course, being in the world of business, opportunities and also obligations, people get very busy. And very often the scale of one's activity, now talking about the musical scale, where there is expectation that you do things in a certain way, is very often detuning of your natural wisdom. Therefore, no fixation or ideation on concept of who We think we are, we recognize we are energy that is continuously moving, continuously growing. And we dedicate this moving field of energy to actualizing the wisdom that is its natural state and reminding all of us in the field that we are dreaming this together so as not to become so fixated. What does it mean to be fixated? I see so clearly that the leaves are moving. Therefore, the leaves have their own mobility. They have a bit of mobility, sure, to turn as it is going to rain. And the wind that is truly moving them is not so obvious to the eyes. I can infer from the trees' leaves moving that there is also wind. And I can infer from my thought that and my action and experience that certain ideas, thoughts bring certain results. And then something happens that expands the view, such as our universe right now, literally being energized from the dark rift, in a sense, the pathway of new forms arising. And our very sun is now emitting particles that have not been identified or seen before. And so these new particles actually change the bond and in a sense reveal yet another overtone of the song of our existence and exploration. And so to understand how ideas accrete, like the irritant that begins in the oyster and becomes a pearl, that irritant in the individuated sense or the relative sense in the dance of appearance, that irritant, wishing not to deal with it, discomfort, uncomfortable, so creating something around it. That creating something around it is the building of aggregate, the building of form, and also it is a amorphous crystallization process. And what was the seed of discontent becomes the revelation, or the seed of discomfort also becomes a gem of wisdom. And so in our view, as we walk through the world to see those things that can appear disturbing, to also recognize that this has and is potentially a gem of awareness, unlocking a new skill of expressing wisdom. So the sound also is our thinking. And so what we are thinking becomes what looks as a karmic pattern that, so these energies, these thoughts, now responding to them, and there is this layer of nacre, the quality of the pearl, another layer, and those layers can be revelatory, like the expanding overtones of a song, or they can be encapsulating and keeping one in a locked or fixed view. And so we allow such locked or fixed views to just fall away by understanding that just as the breath moves in and out, the process of accretion, aggregation, it also resolves into light. So the singing, and especially when you have particular medicine chants, when you know your particular path, and in this group we are an interdenominational group of human beings, and so I do not assume that we all are doing the same practices, because the beauty of the orchestra is the unique quality of each of the instruments. So, one moment. So the inner practice, that which is not about clinging, that which is of observing, that which has no repulsion, just recognizes all things in relationship, and the chanting then removes and restores the clear, removes the dust from the mirror, from the energy pathways within the body, and also restores the clear vision and the power of the voice to invoke. And so this is the lesson for today. So as the morning began, there was teaching occurring in silence, because the words are a small aspect of our communication. The words, they attempt to encapsulate the consciousness of direct experience, and in a sense they're like a roadmap or indicator. And the understanding actually comes through the heart of direct perception, or the bioresonant field of communication. And so this morning's meditation, I invite you to continue it after lunch, and that you silently find a place, either in the building or somewhere. You may be called to take your drums and go to certain places to experience your voice going out. I offer, for the benefit of all, this thought that where there is hunger, may food arise, or whatever comes to your heart as an arising appearance, because it may come that you sense the call for safety, or whatever you hear, you send out a voice, sound that becomes, through its spiraling overtones, becomes a pathway to resolution and restoration. So example, the refugees who are shuffling from place to place and suffering, you can send forth the sound of, may they recognize and find the path home. May there appear and be restored a place of sanctuary. And whatever resonant echoes arise, then you're also energized. May there arise skillful mediation. May there be transformation, whatever. So in this way we see how the Bodhisattva's compassion and commitment becomes the skillful activity. So whatever emotion arises, it is dedicated that all beings may find their way to the shore. And it begins with the sound that arises from deep within you, from your heart. You're appreciative, you can see, you can hear, you understand. And those things I invite you to do as the afternoon session. And afterwards you may write a poem that expresses in the most succinct detail that direct perception. So now you have questions?
Internally I can hear the sounds
Uh-huh.
and see the color
you can vocalize a part of it. But however, because of course the sound is faster than the human voice, and you create the clear pathway of its expression through you by even attempting to. It's not about perfection. It is about clarifying the pathways that you recognize the sound within. Sometimes people don't sing because they think it is not perfect, they don't know how. And actually, if you can speak, you can sing. If you can walk, you can dance. So, yeah. So, yeah.
As you rested and you kept having, even in a relatively calm or following really calm moment, just this chill down my back, down my whole body. As I said, words laying down, arms, regeneration, past, feel it now. And I kept saying, well, there's a place to exercise tools to be given, here's a place to rest, here's a place to just notice. And it's still there. I got as far as saying, well, still here, still time, still breath, so here it is.
Yes.
But it was a very, it's very, sort of like, you need to keep going what I'm doing or figure out some other tool or get some perspective on that. Just solid. I don't want to say solid. Not completely without change, but present.
To allow the mind to rest without asking questions, just to rest in it, and there is more revealed. And the restoration is the acceptance of the blessings that continually unfold. When we are the observer, then we are separating. For the observer begins, and then the observer dissolves, and it is safe. Any other thoughts?
I was this morning, Venerable, in that silence also had a lot to do with the something about empty space. The wording hit me this morning with more clarity of a description of empty space as unmanifest potential. And then what kept happening for me, although I practiced this at the nunnery, but I think it's the Heart Sutra where it's no eyes, no ears, no nose, that one.
Yes, the Heart
So what
Sutra.
happened is I started going from empty space to no eyes, no ears, no nose. And then the aha was, oh, well, that's called the Heart Sutra for heart. As opposed to mind.
Yes.
Because I was finding as we move out of mind that obviously to know that cannot be known as a mind concept. because that's still a construct.
Uh-huh.
So, however, the most profound thing that happened was this concept of it being named Heart Sutra
Mm-hmm.
for me. And I didn't know if you would just address, I don't know, if there's something. I just love no eyes, no ears, no nose, no mouth, no tongue. I've always loved this, it's like, oh, this is fun,
Yeah.
because there's nothing.
Yeah, the prajna, heart of wisdom. Prajna, it means the heart of wisdom. And from the heart of wisdom, all appearances arise. And sometimes, for simplicity's sake, it can be visualized as the mother of all Buddhas, of all appearances. So that seed of prajna wisdom is within each and every one.
It must arise out of the heart.
Yes, because the mind creates constructions. And the constructions have a purpose in the exploration. And the relative dance and the ultimate experience is the resolution of the mind's constructs into the direct awareness of the heart. And that's like the crux of the matter for every human being. You have a question or a thought?
Just a little comment.
Mm-hmm.
I've been having wonderful meditations this whole week, and so much when I'm with Kendall in the morning. And what I've been trying to do is keep surrendering and surrendering and surrendering, because I really want to get attached to the thrill of some of these meditations. I mean, I want to get attached to the energy. I want to keep in that same place of bliss. I want to hold on to it so badly. And so the little mantra I've been having in my head is, it's my little game. I breathe in and put my tongue on the roof of my mouth when I breathe in, and then I exhale, let my tongue fall, and I just say, surrender. And I just keep surrendering. So the light gets very, very wonderful and very, very bright, and I really want to hold on to it. I just surrender. I just keep letting it go. And my experience so far is the more I let it go, the more I receive. I mean, I don't want to hold on to that concept either, but I was telling Kendall, yesterday I had a remarkable experience with her, and I went out walking, and I saw a tree that is the largest, most beautiful sycamore. No, it was birch, a huge birch tree with many, 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 it was huge, all these trunks, and I had many adventures trying to get to it, and many paths did not work. But I did have a little perseverance there, and I finally got around through the field, through the branches, so I could touch this mother tree and give thanks for its beauty on the earth. And I had been praying as I was walking to be an instrument of peace. And when I touched the tree said, the first step is surrender. The second step is courage. And the third step is to trust my inner knowing or inner guidance. I don't know exactly what the tree meant, but I'm treasuring her wisdom for me. And she was saying to me, I'm doing something right about the first step in practicing surrender in every moment, trying to remember to just keep surrendering so that I can be maybe free. I don't know what I can do, but I'm trying to let go. So I want to thank you so much, and Kendall, for the blessings of this opportunity.
We have meditation from 6 to 7 in the morning if people would like to come.
Yes, yesterday I got to do so many repetitions of that dance.
Yes.
Good.
Surrender is the courage to trust.
Say that again.
Surrender is the courage to trust. Surrender, courage, trust. That's what you said.
Other thoughts? Uh-huh.
discover when I interact with people that I'm usually going to learn how my presence, how they respond to my presence. So it's like it's kind of tightrope between, well, be and see and learn and pay attention to the rest of the field.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So we come to a conclusion of the morning session, and in the afternoon I encourage each of you to contemplate alone, to find a place where you can observe the appearances in a natural state arising, and to recognize that whatever appearance arises is inseparable from wisdom, and that you energize and dedicate all that appears to the realization of every sentient being of their ability to actualize wisdom and to manifest skillful methods that transform suffering. That's everyone's homework. And so you don't need to talk too much to each other, better the silence. We dedicate the merit earned in this and all lives to the attainment of Buddha mind and the release of all sentient beings from suffering. We dedicate the merit earned in this and all lives to the attainment of Buddha mind and the release of all sentient beings from suffering. We dedicate the merit earned in this and all lives to the attainment of Buddha mind and the release of all sentient beings from suffering. Secret Vajrayana, in the lotus grove of the teachings of the practice lineage, you are the glory of the Buddha's teachings and of sentient beings. Blessed Venerable, may your life come out of Ywahoo, ever remain firm and long. So we'll resume with physical meeting tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock, and to bring one special crystal that we will, or you can bring them all, and we'll create an array with one from each of you if you so choose to participate. And then there is a point where we have ceremony together, and that part won't be televised. Those things are held closely. And the ceremony will be our conclusion of the physical form of our gathering. I also invite you and those who are beyond the horizon to, who have been supportive over the years, to support the maintenance of the Peace Village, the Land Trust, the Sunray Organization, the nunnery from the Sunray Organization. We began, and the Peace Village became the basket, and the nunnery expresses the Dharma teachings, the inner aspect of the things taught over the years, and all three baskets arise from one fire. So those of you here and beyond the horizon, uh, thank you for your support and consider the ways in which you can continue the basket that overflows. So thank you again. This is good. Oh, I didn't put them on. So you can put in it? Yeah. All right, so there's a line in each of you.
Thank you.
So it sounds like she wants us to do something different once a month. Oh, okay. So how would you? Why can we meet anytime we want?
Yeah, let me get clarity on that. Yeah, right, yeah, no, if I get what we're, right.
Okay, great. Let's do it. And then do what you want. I go for one. What's bigger? Yeah.